Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well. So as I have already mentioned you in the previous class that today we are going to learn about the chapter 1, so the left out part. We have talked about the management process, we have talked about the definition of management, along with that the concept of management, right? So now we are going to learn about the characteristics of management. Today I am going to complete the whole chapter 1, that is characteristics of management, objectives and importance. Then we will go to the chapter 2, that is principle of management. Okay, so first, what do you mean by group goals? You can note it down also, these are the points. I will explain you what this is, and also with an example you can of course with the help of the video you can understand examples. That way you can also give the examples in the examination as well. What do you mean by group goals in management? Management is a process of what? Planning, organizing, staffing and controlling, right? So here group goals means that together we work. I remember in the concept of management I have earlier mentioned that management is a group process. With the help of example today I am going to explain you are a owner of the restaurant, I am the owner of the restaurant. Okay, so together we have to work to achieve the goal of what? Quality food along with good feedback from customer. That means customer satisfaction is the main goal of the restaurant. Policy, that is goal. Okay, now how will you achieve that goal? By working in together as a group. Waitress has the what? The responsibility of giving good services with being humble, polite, right? And then there is a watchman over there who is also doorman, suppose I am saying. He have to open the door, give a good gesture, welcoming gesture to the customer. And then I will say there is a parking area boy where he will give direction to the customer that this is the area you can park. And then you also have to ensure that the customer is very like satisfied, or he's comfortable that I'm parking the car here and there is no other chaos that will happen. I can chill over the restaurant, I can have some quality time with my families without getting disturbed or without even worrying about where I have to park the car, right? So this whole service that people are giving, why are the employees in a group giving this service? What is the main goal of the restaurant? Yes, to satisfy the customer needs. So these are the things which will help them satisfy the customer, right? Apart from this, suppose I am talking about a cook. Cook, what is the purpose of cook? To provide the food at the right time and also ensuring that it is a quality food, tasty come quality. Suppose you are ordering Hakka noodles, so there are oily noodles that you can see in when you go to the street food areas, right? So when a person go to a restaurant and they want to sit over there, they want to have some quality times with the family, they are also when you go to a restaurant that things become expensive, right? Why will they pay you more than the other, if like suppose than the street vendors? Why will they pay you more? They can go to the street vendors, right? They can buy over there also. But why will they come to your restaurant? Because you are giving them a good place to sit, good place to enjoy the ambience with good music and therapeutic music, right? And apart from that, quality food is the main goal. So in group goals, a cook has a different responsibility, a doorman has a different responsibility, a parking area boy has a different responsibility, waitress has a different responsibility. But goal is what? The same, to satisfy the customer. So there comes the group goals, where together people are working to satisfy the needs of the customer. Yeah, I hope you got the point. Now increasing efficiency. Efficiency, what do you mean by efficiency? Efficiency means to utilize optimum utilization of resources at minimum cost. Suppose in a restaurant, if the cost of the raw materials increases, will you be able to gain profit? And if you are a not profitable restaurant, will you be able to even serve quality foods to the customer? No. You have to satisfy the employees by paying them good, right? Then only they will give good service. You also have to ensure that you pay the suppliers at time to get the raw materials exactly at the right time, and also quality raw materials which you need to cook the food. Yes, so for that what you need? Optimum utilization of resources. example, at 9 p.m. the restaurant takes last order, and at 10 p.m. my restaurant closes. Now at 9 p.m. two person comes to me and order food by saying that we need like veg hakka noodles here, and for two person only. Now the cook has thought that again I have to cook if next day, so it's better that I will boil more noodles and keep it aside, and then I will also chop the vegetables and keep it aside for tomorrow. Is this a healthy option? No, you will not get the taste like you used to get when you do the task in the proper right time. And what if it get damaged when you chop the veggies and when you boil the noodles? The noodles can become soggy by the next day. Also the veggies will be rotten, right? So do you think it is a valid option? For the restaurant with a healthy option, it is not a valid option. So what will you do in this case? In this case, you only need to utilize the raw materials and make the food that is only being able to be served to the two person. Efficient is that you are using the raw materials only that amount, which will not create a situation where you will have to you will actually lose the value of the food products, or also at the same time you are losing the you are also increasing the cost of the price by scrap materials, as I have mentioned one time. That resources, if you utilize it optimally, efficiently, then you can give the most output. But if you do not use it properly, the scrap materials will be increasing, and when the scrap increases, there is a probability that the cost of your production also increases. When cost increases, then even if there is sales, profit will be less because your costs are increasing. You actually provide a price to the customer only by doing the financial part of decreasing the cost, by also giving good products. Yes, no doubt raw material should be good product should be there, quality should be there, but there is also budget, right? You cannot cross the budget. But if there is scrap, you are crossing the budget because you are wasting the materials. So what comes under efficiency? That means utilizing the input effectively, so that, wait a second, I'm so sorry, utilizing the resources effectively, inputs effectively and efficiently, so that there is good outcome with limited cost. Okay. Developing the society. What do you mean by developing the society? Suppose I'm saying I stay in a remote area, I am from Assam. Okay. So now example is that I have an NRL organization here. Okay, NRL. So they give like social CSR. Have you heard about it? Corporate social responsibility, which means that you serve the society. First of all, what do you mean by developing society? You have established an organization here. You are going to give employment to the local peoples, right? And then what? You are that way, when the employments are given, you are getting the salary. I am the employee, I got the job, I have no salary. My income increases, so I will be spending more on luxury items. Suppose I am saying that I had to have rice, I buy rice of only 25 rupees per kg. Now that my salary, I am an employed, I have salary, so I will go for what? 45 rupees. It's a luxury things. We the more we earn, the more we develop ourselves. Sophistication. I will say I will buy a car, right? I will build a house. So that way I am also increasing the wages. I'm bringing in the people who are labor people. I am also giving them money. Their consumption is also increasing. That way, directly, indirectly, we are developing the society. So apart from that, I would also say when there is an organization, they provide CSR. Now I have seen when I went to a place, okay, so there I saw that NRL, there is a board over there. They have written the CSR responsibility. So what they did was they were planting plants over there. They were planting different type of plants. So trees and all for the greenery. So there might be some goals for sustainability. So these are the things that they also do to the society, and also giving fund to the poor peoples, to the poor society, underprivileged society, providing free education to some underprivileged society, scholarships. So these are the things which directly or indirectly helps in developing the society as well, and which comes under management purpose. A manager will decide where the funds will be allotted, what will be the CSR responsibility, or they will hire people. That way it comes under the management process. Now what do you mean by dynamic? Please taking screenshot of all the points, okay? These points you can add up in long term questions with an example. But do not forget to give the points, even if you cannot remember exactly what like the points. At least try to understand what are the things management can do. That way you will be able to easily write it down. Dynamic means what? Suppose you do not like the term dynamic. You think that this is a hard. Of course, for 11, 12 class people, it might happen students that you will not like the term dynamic or you will forget. The term dynamic meaning is changing the process, from time to time. That means management is a changing process. For example, KFC is for chicken, right? In all across the world, people always understand KFC means what? Chicken. But you know that in India, like people are vegetarian. There are most of the people are vegetarian. So they have an option where they added the menu for the vegetarian peoples as well. Veg burgers, veg rice bowl you can see. So do you think only chicken would have served Indian peoples and they would have earned more revenue from Indian peoples only by serving the chicken recipes and in the menu? No, right? Yes, you got it right. So dynamic means changing the process according to the needs of the people. So when you know that these are the needs of the customer, you will change accordingly. This comes under management process, okay? You can give that example of KFC only in your examination as well. Now continuous process. Management means continuous process, which means that continuously management works. Planning, organizing, staffing, controlling, these are the continuous process. When there is a need, you will find out it. Controlling is continuous all the time. I am working, there should be a feedback of mine. How is my work going? If there is some changes, I need to change the process to grow further. For example, a cook is cooking. Okay, now there comes a situation where customers say that I don't find this food quality. I'm like good quality food. I don't find this food, like so like good or tasty that I would pay 500 bucks for this food. Some people can say that. What will you do in that case? In that case, you have to understand what are the added other flavors and ingredients you need to put on so that you can retain customer and also the satisfaction from the customer. That is a continuous process where you have to change from time to time. Okay. Now comes intangible. What do you mean by intangible? So you need to learn these terms. Might be these are the first words that you might be hearing, but you need to understand. Tangible means you can touch objects. Okay. Intangible means these are very good, common terms. You will use it for the rest of your life while you are in commerce. Intangible means you cannot touch. You cannot see. Only you can feel the thing. That is called intangible. Which means that in the management process, when you are going through the management, you can only see the results, but you cannot touch it. Suppose I am saying that you are serving very well to the customers. You are giving service. Can you touch it? Can you see it? But you can actually feel it. Wow, what a service your employees have given me. In the financial sector, in banking sector, suppose I'm saying in the banking sector, there is no tangibles. Most of the things are intangible. Service is intangible. Okay, physical your evidence will be paperwork and everything, but mostly the service will be intangible, right? So there should be a good, welcoming. You have to welcome the customer, right? And then they're sitting over there, you are giving all the knowledge that is required about the financial service. In the restaurant also you can take the example, you are giving the menu that is tangible, but the service of providing the food at time, right? Making them feel good, always giving good music so that they can feel good. What are the objectives of customer when they come to restaurant? Good food, tasty food, those are physical, tangible. But the feeling, you know, that I just had a good service and wonderful time in this restaurant, that will be intangible. So managerial process is intangible. While you are providing the service to the customer, while maybe in internal coordination is also like you are giving motivation to the employees for giving them good services, right? Also involving them while making decisions for achieving goals. So those are intangible process, and managerial comes under intangible process, which helps to achieve the goals of the organization. Okay, I hope you got it. This is the 6 points. You just note down, take a screenshot of all the points. Okay, apart from that, now we are moving forward to the next point, which is importance of management. What do you mean by characteristics? Characteristics means what can be management. Importance means the value of management. So do not just interlink to get confused. Sorry, interlink and get confused. So if you get you get confused by these other characteristics, now I will write it down as an importance. It might not work. You have to change your maybe points might work, but you have to change the writing process to make the examiner understand that you understand the value of management, why it is important, and also you need to understand what are the characteristics. So there is a difference between both. Okay, you don't have to by heart it, but at least you have to understand that characteristics means the points which make valid the management. Management में क्या क्या होता है, that means what are the things that can happen in management is characteristics. Okay, and what is the value that management gives to the organization is importance. Okay, now we will go and move forward to the importance of management. Okay, so now I have written down 3 points. As I have already said, you can use the same content like you have used it in characteristics, but you need to understand the meaning and the difference of importance and characteristics. Only that much. Other than that, points you can write it the same, but you have to explain and elaborate in what is management as a characteristics, what is management as an importance in the organization, so that you will be able to give the valid contents to the question asked. Okay, now I will just give you the importance of management. There I am just giving you 3 parts, and then you can divide it. You can also write it down continuously, like management helps in growing the society. Importance of management is like they gives an optimum utilization of resources. But if you want to give good contents which will help your examiner to retain the attention and give you more marks for that, what you need to do is management for organization, management for the development of the society, management for the nation. You can write it down 3 parts, and then for organization, what is the importance of management? What can be the importance of management in organization? Internal. I have given you a lot of examples till now. Can you guess? Well, yes. Management is a group activity. The first characteristics, remember, it will also come under here. Management is a group activity where together as a group you discuss, you make decision, and then you have a common goal of serving the, suppose example of the restaurant, right? So what is the common goal of restaurant? Say serving the customer and satisfying the needs of the customer. So this will come under the organization process. Now you can say the second will be what? Optimum utilization of resources. It is same like efficiency. What management, what characteristics was what? Increasing efficiency. This can also be written down as utilization of resources. Same thing. Like you are this will be repeated repetitively. These are going to be the same things. You just need to understand. That's why the management process of management and what management do, and that way you can always interlink and write it down. Okay. So then again the third point you can give is the human resource. Okay, developing the human resource. What do you mean by human resource? Like the employees, You can develop the needs of the employees. You can develop some policies which will help to retain and decrease the turnover rate of employees. What do you mean by turnover rate? So the turnover, this will be always needed, okay? In commerce, you will always hear the word turnover. That means that employees they are moving out of the organization. They are not satisfied with the organization, or they are always resigning. So this is the turnover rate, which means, okay? So you do not want that, right? A expertise and a specialization in your organization who has worked for 3 years have more knowledge about your organization than the person who is going to come as a newcomer, right? So you have also invested in the employees by giving them training, development, right? Now if the person resigns and leaves, will the organization be able to recover such loss? No. Employees turnover is also a loss for the organization, because they know the process and they will do it much better way. You have to bring in new employees, but if the old, why the salaries are increases from time to time? Because the person who are skilled and have 10-12 years of experience in your organization will work better, because they know everything in and out of the organization. They know the goals very effectively. So that's why for the organization, management also works. Why it is important? Yes, to develop, it helps in developing the human resource, the employees, giving training and development from time to time, or maybe more recognitions, more scale pay, everything, rewards for what? For developing the human resource, and which is an important part as a management. Okay, now management for organization, what else it can be? New technology. So management is a process. Why it is important? Because management also helps in identifying what are the changes required. Like I told you, in KFC, you needed a new ingredient and new items. Okay, not vegetarian menu, so that veggie peoples are more in India. So veggies and vegetarian ingredients and vegetarian items as a food in menu, it is needed for increasing the sales of a KFC, right? So that way new technology can be, I would say, now the IT sector is growing, right? So in HR, before we do not have softwares. Now there are softwares where we can easily access candidates from all across the country, pan India, right? So these are the new technologies which are evolving, and management helps in evolving, so that we can achieve goals effectively. Okay, smart work is what management is. You need to understand the term smart work. When you do smart work, you do less work but more effectively and efficiently. I hope you got it, right? So for organization, there are 3 to 4 points only you need to remember. For what? Technology, importance of organization. For the organization is new technology, management helps in utilization of resources, developing the human resource, and then what was the group activity? Yes. Now comes for the management, for the development of the society. It helps in what I told you previously: employment generation, income generation, right? CSR activities, these comes under the importance of developing the society. Suppose I am giving, here it is same it is written, see, promote social changes, standard of living. People want a standard of living. Suppose I want good clothes, a car and a home. How will I get it? When your organization is established, we will get the employment, and that way we will get the standard of living, right? So that also comes under management. It helps in this way. Now comes contributes to the environmental protection. That means the sustainability. Have you heard the word sustainability? That means, what do you mean by sustainability? Very important word. Okay, these words if you add in, people like examiner will be very happy. Sustainability will always be there in management process. That means that you are always thinking about providing such an environment where it is not harming the environment. environment protection. Like you are going on a there is a like goal, okay, where you have said that there will be a foundation of our organization and NGO process where we will develop greenery in a certain areas. Like I have given the example of NRL, they are plantings, okay, they are planting now. So when you actually are rooted to this kind of belief as an organization which comes under management, that will help in developing the society, okay. Like factories, yeah, when there is a production factory, okay, so there will be like chemical, the society will not feel safe because they will be doing the continuous productions, smoke will arise, a lot of damage to the environment where the factory is being established. So in that case, what is the alternative gift you can give to that society? By what I will say the term, by enhancing the goal of planting greenery. Like your goal is to provide a eco-friendly environment. How will you do it? By sustainability, planting greeneries. That is what you need to understand by developing the society, which comes under managerial process, okay. Then comes for the nation management. What is the importance of management for the development of the nation? Here it is written proper utilization of natural resources. So every nation has plenty of natural resources. Like I have said once in an example previously, crude oil, natural resources, right? Land, forest, rivers, animals, okay. And then how if management helps in efficiently utilizing those resources. Like deforestation is one of the reasons that is increasing the global warming, right? So how will you do that? How will you rectify those damages? By planting trees, right? So that is what comes for the development of a nation. Managerial processes working continuously nowadays, not like before they do not, that was a traditional approach. Now in modern approach, NGOs and government organizations, also I would say government is demanding the companies and all the organizations to actually use this managerial process of providing a proper utilization of resources, so that these resources are being used optimum, efficiently. You have used the word term, right? Efficiently, so that there is no damage done to the environment, okay. Now management helps to reform government and the society. How it helps directly for the nation? So when you produce goods and you actually think of establishing a new business, you provide employment to the local peoples. They are employed now, they have salary, the income is increasing, that way their consumption will increase. When they will buy more goods, consumption increase, that will help directly and indirectly in economic development of the nation. What do you mean by economic development? When there is more consumption, what will happen? If you consume more, you are paying off. When you pay off, when your income increases, you also pay tax to the government. Government is utilizing those money for the development of the society. Also, you will learn in more in economics as well. Gross domestic products. You will hear the term surplus, deficit, trade surplus. This will also come. Trade surplus means when let me actually clarify you what is. Okay, so as I have mentioned you, trade deficit and trade surplus, what do you mean by it? These are very I would say complicated terms. This is not the right time to understand this, but simply I am giving an overview. It is an economic term which means, as I have already said, it helps in developing the nation by increasing the economy. So economy comes under what? Trade surplus. Suppose I am an organization, now I produce materials which are generic materials. Suppose I am saying pharmaceutical. I provide generic medicines and all medications and at less price. So that I am going to export While I'm exporting, I'm dealing in dollars, right? People of US are buying more pharmaceutical products from India. So in that way, I am directly helping my nation to grow. I'm generating income and providing it to my nation, right? So this simple word, these are trade surplus, and trade deficit means where what was it? Yes, where import is more than export. That means import means I am buying more products from abroad as a company, okay, but what in that way I am paying in dollar. So I am what I'm doing, I am just giving away the money, right? So that way I am like creating a trade deficit for the country. So overall, when a countries like organizations or the peoples are importing more than exporting, that comes under trade deficit. And trade surplus means when we are exporting more, all of us in a country, then importing is trade surplus. So a managerial process can help in trade surplus. That means that we can provide an environment where we are exporting goods, and in dollar we are dealing it. That way we are enhancing the value of the rupee, right? That way we are helping directly to provide economic development to the government. Like we are developing the nation here by like I would say, suppose I am a profitable organization now, I will pay off tax, right? I will also give away like lots of funds to the society. I will generate more employment when I am a profitable one, and then employees are also doing the same. They are consuming goods from the local society. That way what I am doing, we are increasing the consumptions, which is indirectly helping in enhancing the development of the economy of a nation. Okay, so when you like understand one thing, that when you spend more, you are giving directly and indirectly a benefit to the nation. Always remember that. So these are the terms which comes for like government in the society. Okay, then also it helps in social innovation. Like management process also gives away ideas. Entrepreneurs. Have you heard the word entrepreneur? Entrepreneur, okay? E-N. Okay, so the word entrepreneur. What do you mean by entrepreneur? Any idea? Okay, let me help you out with this. Just wait a minute. Okay, so entrepreneur, you have seen it. So entrepreneur means that you are generating new ideas, and that should be innovative. So when you go into the process of innovation, like new technology, new software which will help in enhancing the business, that is entrepreneurship, like a startup entrepreneur. So I am doing a startup now with these other things that like suppose I am saying I am going to provide a sustainable environment. Okay, I will use sustainable products. So what you are doing is, you are an entrepreneur now, you have an idea that I will only produce goods in a sustainable way, and my goal is for providing sustainable growth and also sustainable environment. My products will be also an example of sustainability. Okay, so how do you think a innovation generates from the managerial process? So I am making it, I think, very complicated. You don't need to understand these are entrepreneurship or turnover, or leave and skip these parts of trade deficit, trade surplus. I am just elaborating so you can even get an idea why management is important for the nation, like development. You just need to write simple word. It helps in developing the nation. Okay, economic development. What is economic development? When there is a development in the society and people are consuming more. Just right away you need to write this answer and leave it. Okay, and then how it helps in society? By giving a standard of living, right? And then when it comes to the like new innovation, how does importance for the nation helps in by the managerial process? By new development, new innovations, new ideas. So it comes under the managerial process. There will is entrepreneur, there are terms called entrepreneur, there are a lot of terms which you will learn in further process. Now you need to stick to this points only. These 3 points you need to understand. Under these, even if you cannot give sub points, write it down why for organization management is important, why for society management is important, and why for the nation management is important. Just 2 to 3 points, that's it. With example, if it is possible for you, that is enough to get good marks. Okay. Now I will teach you about what was left behind. I think the objectives of management, right? Now I am going to teach you the objective of management, and then we are going to close this chapter. Unit 1, chapter 1 of 12th class is closed by ending the last talk, which is objectives of management. What do you mean by objectives? Objective means goals. What are the goals of management? Same contents you can use it. Trust me in this. But you have to little bit, as I have explained in the previously, right? Importance, characteristics, objectives, this will have same contents, but you need to elaborate in a certain way where you need to understand the question is importance. So now you need to elaborate in certain way so that you can let the examiner understand that you yourself understand what is the importance. You yourself understand the term characteristics. What is going to be the characteristics? You yourself understand what is going to be the objective of management. Though the contents and the first terms can be same, but you have to elaborate a little bit differently. Okay, as per the question asked. Okay. Now objective. There are, it is written over here that objectives. Let me just rub the board, or you can take the screenshot of it. And then objectives of management, there are 2 parts. I am just rubbing the board and then writing it down in a chart. Okay, it will be more easy for you. Just okay. So now you can see I have written it down. Objectives of management, which comes under 2 parts. Please at least try to give the chart. Okay, these are same contents that I have already explained you in importance of management and characteristics of management. No such difference. Only you need to understand is what is micro level and what is macro level. Objective can be of 2 types in management. Internal management, you need to do the process. What do you mean by internal? Yes, I have explained it earlier. Internal means focusing on the development of the employees. Okay, and then also the production, the efficient and effective utilization of resources. And then the process should be effective so that the output, when it is delivered, the cost is minimal. Okay, it should not be maximum cost, because if you utilize resources ineffectively, then what will happen? I gave you an example, remember, effective and ineffective, efficient and inefficient. What do you mean by that? Effective means optimum utilization, means you are utilizing the resources in a perfect way. Raw materials are being processed further in certain way that there is no scrap or little scrap. Okay. Now, if you do not utilize your resources properly, what will happen? You will just create an environment where cost price will increase and then your profit will decrease. Very simple. So that comes under micro level. Micro means internal, macro means external. And what do you think can come under external? As I have explained it earlier. Society, government, those will come under macro. And in micro, what will come? Internal. So internal, micro have 2 parts. Organizational objective and personal objective. Okay, oh sorry, the light went off from my opposite line. So you might not be getting the brightness now. Just write it down. Micro level, organizational objective, personal objective. What do you mean by organizational objective? It means that you have to give optimum utilization of resources at a minimum cost. Already I have explained it earlier. Like in restaurant, raw materials, like you have to utilize it properly so that the foods are not damaged the next day. You do not need to cook and store the food so that the flavor decreases, right? So this comes under organizational objective. What else can come under organizational objectives? Let me see here, okay? Survival and reputation of the organization. Survival of the and the reputation of the organizational growth. That means that management helps in providing growth. That means new innovation, you remember, new innovation, growth, changes dynamically, like KFC have made a change, right? Same will come under this organization, okay? And then ensuring reasonable profit, okay? There should be a profit at a fair price, so that return on investment. What is investment? Means you as a person have given 10 lakhs rupees in the restaurant. That is your capital investment. So retaining the 10 lakhs is not should be the goal. It should be more than that to increase the profit. After all the expenses that you have made with 10 lakhs of capital, you should have at least 12 to 13 lakhs of total revenue, so that you will be able to sustain in the business, okay? That also comes under managerial objective for management in the organization. Now personal objective. What can be personal and internal? Personal means yourself, right? Who are personal here? Yes, very good. Employees. Employees are the personal here. So for employees, what kind of environment is it of management you can give? You can say growth and development, training, right? Training is a process of giving growth and development to the employees, like if you are giving certifications or you are giving training in mid, so that they can get the they can upskill themselves and also promote themselves into managerial process. In a hierarchy, if a person is not growing, why will they telling you stay in your organization, right? Reward and recognition, safety environment, effective and leave management policy, fair leave management policy, and I will say maternity leave, okay? And then some kind of, I would say, accommodation, like cost of accommodation. You are providing accommodation, fair rent to them also. These are very basic things you can add, but it depends on organization to organization. But basic is training and development, okay? Reward and recognition, and then employees participation in decision making. Did you remember decision making? Like there is a decision of changing a goal. If you do not let the people who are going to do the process, do not include them, will they even consider to do the process? No. You have to give them the authority to take decision in certain goals where they feel wanted in your organization, or else in long run, when they have experience, they will leave your organization if you are not making them feel wanted. While you have a goal of, suppose you have a goal is to quality food. So who will take the decision here? Cook will take the decision, manager will also, manager basically do it and the owner, but cook will take the decision as well. Sometimes you can also bring in the waitress. They are also important. They also know what customers want. So if you do not take everyone's opinion here for the goal, do you think it will help the employees retain in your organization? No. So always make them a part of your organization, which comes under personal objectives, micro level. Okay, anything else written over here? Fair remunerations, these are written. Okay, safety and safety environment, I have said work safety. That means where they are working, there should be safety. You are providing insurance, health insurance. Okay, you are giving them a hygiene environment where they can walk, and there should be some protocols where like suppose you are under construction and you have said that you have to come to the office and do the rest of the parts. They will not feel comfortable because our construction is going on. What if the building collapses? I'm just giving an example here. So this doesn't happen, but yeah, in some cases it can happen where you are in a real estate. Your workers are working over there. there are engineers over there, okay, interior designers over there. So you have to take the and ensure that you are creating an environment and setting in protocols where they are feeling safety. Health insurance, as I have said, you can provide it, medical insurance, right, which will make them feel more safe. Okay, that way this has end. Now comes the macro level. Let me quickly wrap it up before 1 hour session. So social objective means comes in a macro. Macro means external, I have said. Micro means internal, macro means external. So in external, what can come? Developing the society. Yes, I have already mentioned you that you have to develop, management helps in developing the society by giving them various benefits like funding to the poor, underprivileged people, okay, clothes, food, and what else? Yes, sustainable environment, greenery, eco-friendly environment, okay, these all comes under. And then also the economic development. How economic growth? By providing employment. Yes, the employees will consume more after that. When the lifestyle increases, you are increasing the salary, the income is more than 1 lakh, you will have a lifestyle. Now to get the lifestyle, you buy it. So consumption is increasing, that way developing the nation, okay. And then also employment opportunity there, as I have said. So the whole meaning, when you remember what I have explained, in the meaning itself there are points where you can add it in the micro level or in macro level or in importance or in characteristics. 3 are the same in management process, but as I have mentioned, to satisfy the examiner, what question is asked, that way give the answer. Points are going to be maybe same, but answers should a little bit vary as per the question asked. Okay, I hope I'm not giving much example and taking more time in explaining the objectives and also the importance, because I have already have explained elaborated so perfectly in the concept of management and also in the characteristics. Same examples of restaurant, real estate, construction business, factory, production, this all example you can take in all the level of management, like in objectives, in importance, in characteristics, in concept. But make sure when it comes to objective, you give this point, and then after subdividing it, you can write the contents of importance and characteristics, right? In importance also you need to write 3 points where you can subdivide and write the same content. And also in characteristics you can write very generally. In concept there were 3 concepts, right? What were they? What you have learned from this whole chapter? What are the learnings? 1 is the management process, planning, organizing, staffing, controlling. Level of management I have also explained, top level, middle level, lower level. Again what? And then concept. In concept there were 3 parts, remember. Term, as per the view of the term, management, managerial practices, and then also school of management. And then in importance, what you have learned as per the management is helping in developing the society. For the management is for the importance is for the organization and also for the nation, right? And then in objectives, what it comes, micro and macro level. In micro there is 2 parts. What are they? Organizational and personal. In macro, social objective. And then what it comes, characteristics of I will say management. In there what were the parts? Yes, you can say dynamic process, economic development, okay, development for the society, right? And then group activity, continuous process, efficient utilization of resources are there, intangible, okay, all are same. Just write the meaning down as per the question asked. That's it. Rest you can always cover the same knowledge about management in the below the contents in subdivision. I hope you got the point, and I hope you liked the video. If you like the video, do not forget to like, subscribe, and also comment on below if you need more examples while I'm explaining about management, or even if you want like I'm an SMEs, so if you want classes in SMEs also I can provide it. So comment down below. Apart from that, please do not, I am working very hard to provide you free classes, so do share, subscribe and like my channel as well. So next chapter is going to be the principle of management, chapter 2. So we are going to cover it in one hour session as well, if it is possible, and if it is not, I will do it as a 2-part like I did it in this chapter. Okay, I hope you like the video. Bye bye, take care, see you soon.